welcome to another episode of the Organic Mindset Podcast. This is episode, just check it out for yourself, man. This is that episode, though. But hey, you see who I got beside me, man. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell them about you.
What's good, man? It's jeauxb. Some of y'all might know me as Secret Weapon. You know, Cap Episode, my line brother.
Yeah. So, you know, how you feeling, man? How you feeling about being on here?
It's an honor, man. It's a long time coming. We talked about it a lot.
Yeah.
On the phone, different episodes. Pretty much every episode we talk about, the stuff. And I always put myself in, position to be like, when I be on there, what I'm going to say, what I'm going to, how I'm going to be.
Yeah.
So, it's an honor, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely. Like I say, we always talk about it. Now is your time to shine. You see us glowing and stuff like that, You see my little... See what I got going on,
Yeah, we both rough. Both a little rough.
Yeah.
Most people don't see me with a hat on, so I had to throw a hat on today, man,
Oh, yeah, that Bass Pro, got it going. But hey, man, we're going to get right into it, man. So, pretty much, like you kind of told the people a little bit about yourself. Like, can you further expand on that as far as, what you do, like, from a career standpoint?
So, I'm currently in the Louisiana National Guard. Been in there for about to be 9 years in February.
Yeah.
And I'm a E6 staff sergeant, one of the younger staff sergeants in my company. It's a goal I reached. More to come. Probably gonna switch over to be a warrant officer. If y'all know what that is, it's pretty much a chief warrant officer. Still kind of debating on what I want to go in as far as being an engineer or maybe even an MP warrant officer. Sky's the limit.
Yes, sir. So, like, with the military and stuff like that, what kind of influenced you to, kind of take that path? Like, even, despite college, because I don't even think you mentioned college, but that was, kind of like another, one of those things within your path. So, like, in the midst of that,
That's true. College wasn't like a focal point for me in the beginning. Getting through high school was just, one of those things, I was focusing on at the time because I was on, troubles of high school, the wondering what you're gonna do after high school.
Yeah.
That was playing a big part on me. So I did a surprise on people, joined the military. A lot of people, I had a lot of people saying, "Oh, you ain't gonna make it," this and that kind of motivated me to get through.
Yeah.
And to be where I'm at now, that motivated me a lot. A lot of people didn't think I was gonna make it.
Yeah.
But listening in the military right before I graduated high school, and then funny story, I kind of college came about like probably a few months after I got back from the military, and I was applying to all these colleges or whatever, and I missed the deadline for pretty much all the colleges except for Northwestern.
Dang.
And I was like, I'm gonna go to Northwestern for a semester or two, and I'm gonna transfer to UL.
Yeah.
That's ultimately where I want to be, and end up staying at Northwestern.
Yeah.
Happy I did.
Yeah. So, like, pretty much based on what you said, you really had people telling you, like, you weren't gonna make it and stuff like that?
Yeah, man, for real. Based on, like, body frame, like, it was kind of like a, my senior year, I'm from a football town, so Haynesville, if anybody heard that, but I'm from a football town, and my senior year, I didn't play football, and being from Haynesville, everybody expected to play football.
Okay.
All 4 years.
I ain't know that.
So, between my junior year and my senior year, I had stopped playing football, and a lot of people looked at it like I quit, but I technically didn't quit because the season didn't start. But I started focusing on basketball more.
Yeah.
And
young
like
Joby.
Yeah. I see how the city is, like I said, a lot of people looked at it as quitting. So when I said I'm joining the military, like, oh, he's just gonna quit because he quit football. So that kind of how that went.
And I had to ask that just because a lot of times we'll listen to music and stuff like that, and I always hear people saying, such and such, the teacher told me I wasn't gonna make it, this, that, and other. Like, I done heard, Quavo and like just the Migos in general say that a lot, Now I got more money than the teacher, this, that, and the other.
Nah, it was never like that, dog. Everybody I come in contact with always, say, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. They have high hopes, a lot of supportive people I come across, and I always. People, you hear it, but you always think, about yourself, like, do I really have that,
support system?
Yeah, do I have support? Do I have that drive to meet these,
like goals or something that you have in mind? Yeah.
And, like I said, they're having a good support system, man, they got me through a lot of things.
Yeah. So, like, as far as your, like, support system and stuff like that, do you feel like that was something that kind of, just came like all of a sudden? You feel like it kind of always been there? Because I mean, granted, you know what I'm saying, the average person, I feel like, you know, majority of them either have, you know, mom or dad or something like that. They family kind of going, you know, support a lot. But as far as like, you know what I'm saying, friends, inner circle and stuff like that, you know, where you feel like that play a part, I guess.
So when it comes to peers at the time, I really had no peers that really was like, you know, a big motivation for me, except for my brother Ashton, man.
Yeah.
Long live Ashton. And you know, he was that person, you know, be like, man, you can do this, you know, whatever, because he had goals he wanted to reach. And people look at him like, man, you know, he not gonna do it, but he kind of motivated me. I didn't just upright tell him, you know, hey man, you motivated me to do this, you inspired me to do this. But to me, I knew that he was motivating me. And like I said, my family, like for sure, my mom, my granny, my second family, really from California, Mississippi, they really was the ones, you know, motivating me. I talked to them on the phone, and they always, you know, I'm proud of you. Before we got the phone, they say, I'm proud of you. And that right there, you know, just always stick with me.
Yeah. So like based off that, and this kind of, you know, this is something that we ain't even discussed, because, you know, I'm telling you, like, even before we started recording, like, topics just come, you know what I'm saying, just off the, you know, off the dome or whatever, because we just be talking and you'd be like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying, let me ask that.
Yeah.
But like, pretty much, you know, do you feel like that's, you know what I'm saying, important for like people to kind of like express themselves as far as like, you know what I'm saying, even like with I love you, or you know what I'm saying, like, of course it's, I guess you'll say it's manners for, you know, you to say thank you or you welcome and stuff like that, but I love you, I'm proud of you, stuff like that, you know. I feel like, you know, it's hard for people to sometimes do that because they kind of feel like it makes them feel, in the simplest terms, like kind of mushy inside. Like, I'm not on no soft type stuff, like, you know.
That's true. For as long as I was like that, to me, telling somebody, you know, I love you, or you know, I'm proud of you, or something like that. To me, that made me feel kind of vulnerable in a sense. Like, it's weird how it sounds, but it made me feel vulnerable telling somebody, you know, I love you and I'm proud of you and all this. But you know, at the pretty much, you know, this new age, and you know, people are dying younger.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's you want to say that to somebody because you never know when's gonna be the last. You know, you might get hit with a straight bullet, you know, etc. Stuff like that. I don't want to get into, you know, the negatives and that type of stuff. But you know, this past year, you know, we had people that, you know, passed away at a young age unexpectedly. Yep. So you know, you'd be like, maybe I should start telling them, you know, hey, I love you, or you know, bro, I'm proud of you, stuff like that right there.
I agree. Nah, I definitely agree. And like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, they kind of like all evolve around your like mental too, you know, because at a point, you know, when you see things like that, people pass and stuff like that, and you be like, dang, like I'm living, you know, with the what ifs, like what if I would have did this, what if I would have did that, you know. Because the other day I was taking the trash outside my house, and my great uncle, he stayed like right next door to me. You know, I was taking the trash out across the street, and I had seen him outside. You know, it had been a minute since I seen him. He 88. Mm-hmm. So, you know, he was in his garden and stuff like that. Yeah, still, you know, still active for real. But he was outside. You know, I was like, man, should I just walk back to the house, or should I? And like, this is somebody I don't even talk to on the regular. Like, called him, never talked to him on the phone.
Yeah.
But you know, it's always like in person or whatever. You know, like I say, when I was going to like to the same church, we always, you know, kind of see each other. That's my grandma uncle. So like I said, that's my great, you know, that really. But I went over there, you know what I'm saying, because it was just something inside of me telling me like, man, you know what I'm saying, go over there and speak to him.
Right.
So it's not like I'm wanting something to happen to him, but it's like, okay, I can at least have it off my, you know, that's not gonna be on my conscience, on my heart. Like, dang, I wanted to go speak to him so bad, but I just chose not to, you know.
I mean, me getting your perspective on this too. I feel like, you know, we let stuff get in our way, but we think, oh man, when we checking in on somebody, we gotta talk to them for an hour or two.
Yeah.
We don't. 5 minutes, you know, here on the phone, you know, hey, how you doing? I just call and check on you, or a text, hey, how you doing?
Adequate.
That goes a long way to me. But you know, what's your perspective on it?
I completely agree with that too. And then, you know, something I kind of realized as far as like even older individuals like grandma and stuff like that, especially, you know, if it's kind of like one of those situations where, you know, their partner has passed, you know, which is grandpa or whoever, them little calls like really, you know what I'm saying, mean the world. And like I said, I kind of see that, you know, it's more so kind of being around them, because it's like, dang, it's in a sense like they feel, you know, lonely. Like you go such and such years with being with somebody, then all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, it's just like, okay, all I got is my kids. And but I feel like, you know, in the same sense, I enjoy talking to older people a lot, but because you get a lot of game for one, and then like a lot of times they'll, you know, just straight up tell you like, you know, I understand, because I feel like, you know, new age, I was talking to my grandma about this, just saying like how with her grandma, well, not with her grandma, I'm sorry, with her mama, before she had passed, you know, she couldn't walk, so she was like pretty much, you know what I'm saying, doing everything for her, as far as like, you know, cooking, bathing her and stuff like that. I feel like now that's kind of like a thing of the past. Now it's so easy to say like, I could go take my, you know, parents, my mama not coming to stay with me. Because we always joke around. I feel like even, you know, I could probably say with you possibly had said that like, yeah, mom, when you get older, you can come stay with me like as a little kid.
Yeah.
But in reality, are we, you know what I'm saying, is that something you're really willing to do? Like, because it's a big sacrifice. You got your own family. Yes. And do you really want your parent to come stay with you? And then I feel like, you know, with older people, of course, you know, they always going to have their ways. So even in your house, I could kind of see my people possibly coming in my house and being like, Justin, where you about to go? Like,
I feel that I was always like, I'm always on the go. I'm never at home.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like it'll be beneficial for my mom to stay with me, unless, you know, I won't want to put that on my, you know, future wife if that be the case or whatever.
Yeah.
But I look at it as like, you know, even if she did stay with me, I would have a in-home nurse to, you know, to take care of her. But on the back end, I would still, when I get off or when I'm home, I would be, you know, there. But like I said, I feel that for sure, man. You don't want to, you know, just neglect your people. You don't want to do that, because just for example, like my great grandpa, like when I go down there and visit him, he's gonna ride to the store with me just to get out the house and see stuff and also be with me. And I cherish that, because, you know, older generation, they gonna be genuine with you, man. It's gonna be tell you they proud of you. They gonna tell you, you know,
yeah,
they gonna always ask about, hey, you still got this going on, to keep you on focus in a sense. And they probably don't even realize that. Like me asking them, you know, I seen my grandpa 2 weeks ago. He asked me, hey, you know, how's the military? I'm like, oh, I'm doing this. I'm gonna go to this military school or whatever. Then month down the road, hey, you know, did you go to that school? They want to check in and make sure, you know, you
sticking to what you saying. And you know what I'm saying? It's somewhat like pretty much, I feel like everybody in reality needs somebody to hold them accountable. And that's why, like I say, you know, you got to think of it from a larger aspect as far as, okay, I have my inner circle. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even with us, like we'll talk, you know what I'm saying? At least I'll say probably 4 times out the week or something, whether it just be a text or whatever.
For sure.
It's kind of like we talking about this, we talking about that. And when we on a serious note, we really like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I feel like you should do this, so let me shoot you this video, blah, blah, blah. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, about somebody holding you accountable, because sometimes I feel like I could hold somebody more accountable possibly than they hold themselves accountable, and they give them that push in a sense. Sure. Like, if you tell me, hey, bro, I'm looking in the starting blogs. When I'm on YouTube, I'm looking up blogs. I'm like, dang, didn't Joe say that? So I'm shooting you videos on, you know what I'm saying, advice and stuff like that. And I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, it's all genuine, because if you saying you want to do it, you know what I'm saying, like, maybe you need that push.
Exactly. It's going to be on there. And once somebody send you the stuff, the materials, you know, the ideas, whatever the case may be, it's pretty much on you to do it then. You have no excuse. Because, you know, some people use that, I don't know how it started or how I would do this and this and that. But when you got an inner circle that will send you ideas and send you videos to help you out, it pretty much falls back on you to do it. And I appreciate that, for real.
Oh, yeah, most def. Yeah, most def. Like, and you know, like I say, just to kind of backtrack on like what we were saying about like the older people. At the end of the day, like until my mama had passed, she was pretty much, you know, almost like staying with her. So it's like, you know, you really sacrificing a lot, and just us being, I guess, like I said, a younger age. Me personally, I mean, I love my people to death, but and I wouldn't be on no stuff like put my people in a nursing home just because of all the stuff I do here, you know, or just, I ain't gonna say really see, because I ain't really seen that directly.
Right.
But just hearing from people, like, just saying they mistreated, and then ain't nobody gonna care for you like your family, you know what I'm saying? Or ain't nobody gonna care for your family like you care for them, or, you know, vice versa. So I feel like that was kind of like the biggest thing, but like, I feel like, you know, that's something that kind of go like undermine. Like, do you know how big of a sacrifice that is to kind of have like your parents staying like literally with you, you know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, they not really doing as much as they could. I mean, well, you know, not as much as they could, but as much as they would, you know what I'm saying, on a regular. But it was almost like, I think about it in the aspect of the roles were flipped. Like for instance, my grandma, she always used to cook for me, this, that, and the other. So it's like, okay, that's this, you know what I'm saying, my time to kind of like pay her back or whatever. So
they always say time repeats itself, man. You know, so I look at, like, you know, they raised you when you couldn't cook for yourself and stuff like that. So you just kind of doing the same, you know, return the favor in a sense.
Yeah. But I always try to, you know what I'm saying, like kind of keep my people like up on game. Well, I ain't gonna say really up on game, but, you know, of course, like us being younger, I can't change, you know what I'm saying, how I am as far as like lingo or different ways I talk. So sometimes I hear my people talk or say something like that, and I'll be like, like, you know what I'm saying? I was like I was showing my grandma a video yesterday on YouTube. Of the dude, well, I think his name on YouTube, Sean Louisiana. from Negatives. So he was, he was singing the Sam Cooke or whatever. And I was showing her and she was like, yeah, Sam Cooke was popping in my day. And like I said, my grandma, you know what I'm saying, like 75, I'm like, popping? Like, where you get, yeah, I'm like, where you get that from? But you know what I'm saying, like, it was, you know what I'm saying, it's just kind of like one of them type of terms. But I always try to kind of like make my people like, hey, go ahead, get up. Not saying get up because I don't want you to, like, I don't want to have to take care of you. But you know what I'm saying, they say whenever you, even a younger person, if you know what I'm saying, active like you is, if you was just to stop working out, stop doing this, you gonna go down, you know?
Exactly. And fun fact about that, my great-grandparents, 80-something years old, they still play dominoes every night. And they keep their mind, to me, they keep their mind going.
Sharp, yeah.
And, Grandpa, he pretty good at dominoes. I still lose to him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they like I say, it's good, man. It's just good to have on people like that, man.
Yeah.
To still be around, you still go see them, man. That's what I say about that. Go see them.
Yeah, facts. It's a lot of wisdom, like I say, you're going to get from every time, like I say, from every conversation. I can't say it's been a single time where I don't get some type of wisdom or really just open my mind up, like, regardless of, how stubborn I may be in that conversation, I'd be like, dang, well, you know what I'm saying, I ain't going to tell her, but she was right about that, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I do need to chill. But, speaking on college, like, what was, kind of like some of the lessons you had took from college?
College, man, pretty much time management for sure. Time management was a big one. Another lesson was, find that inner circle. You meet a lot of people, but just because you meet a lot of people don't mean that everybody have the same drive or ambition as you. So once you find that group, luckily, Kappa was that group for me. But then I wouldn't have met, you or even my other line brothers or frat brothers. So that was I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
But I think everybody did. At one time when I procrastinated or whatever, and found the hard way that doesn't really work.
Yeah.
Like I said, time management for sure was a big one.
Most def, like, and I tap into like ET a lot. So I'm listening to him and I'm just kind of saying like he talk about consistency and stuff like that. He was like it's gonna be that one. Like, and I guess this kind of like one of them, play on words, because he said 1 or 2 times out the year, even though it's going to be more than that. But he was like, you pretty much, you going to have like your bad days. You're going to have them days where you're supposed to go to the gym, but you're going to sleep in. But it's like, as long as you can shake that off and just, pretty much stay persistent, then, you're going to pretty much reach your ultimate goal in a sense. Like, but, for me, college was like more so of a kind of eye opener and just more so kind of like on some realistic stuff. Like, granted, I had already been working and paying like little small bills or whatever, which I feel like it should be anyway, because it kind of teach you responsibility. So I feel like I already had that. And as far as like time management, I can't even really say I had like that much of a huge workload to make me feel like I was, like it was taken away from anything that I was doing, because I was still able to have fun.
Yeah.
But it was times where I had to make sacrifice. So I say it taught me really sacrifice in a sense, like you're not gonna be able to catch this event. But still in the same sense, I listen to like a lot of successful people and they be like, I never heard somebody say, dang, I wish I would have went to that party. Like, once they get to that point where they want to be like, dang, I wish I would have went to the club. Because at the end of the day, it's always gonna be another party. It's always gonna be another club,
That's true. And I also had to scale back on me, when I first got in college, man, anytime the military called, I would jump to leave. So my first really 2 years, every semester I was gone for literally 3 weeks to a month at any given time. I mean, of course I had, the time I had teachers who would, accommodate me. But nowadays it's getting to the point where you can't really use that military excuse. They still expect you to go out and do hurricane duty, to go out and do tornado duty and all this and be able to still do your work.
Yeah. 9
times out of 10, you don't have that Wi-Fi or stuff. You stay in, rural area, no Wi-Fi, you can't do everything on your phone these days.
Yeah.
Phones are good, but you can't, type an essay on your phone. I mean, how long would that take? Yeah. So, but I always say this, I had to scale back on that and really
kind of lock in on what your primary.
Because, I was in college. I wanted to progress my military career, but
had to find a balance.
Had to find that balance.
Yeah. And like I said, you here now, so got that degree.
Trying to get another one, man,
Oh, yeah. And, that was kind of like one of the things I was kind of like skeptical about, as far as like my master's, because I was like, man, once I started working, I'm like, I don't need it. And the route I'm, like I say, personally trying to go, I really feel like I don't need it, but I feel like it's, you know what I'm saying, like another attribute. And then me and somebody else was talking about, like I said, I've been seeing the post go around a lot. It was like, you know, if you scared to take that course because you're going to be 27, you know, when you finish, you still going to be 27 regardless of how much time that takes. So you might as well do something that's beneficial to you while you know what I'm saying, in the midst of that. Because you're looking at 3 years, you're like, dang, college going to take me 3 years, this, that, and the other. I'm going to be 27 when I finish. You still going to be 27 in 3 years if that's the case. So
your degree not going to have no age on it.
Facts.
So
at all. No age, no GPA, nothing like that.
None of that. You at the end.
Yeah.
You made it. The journey might be rough, but hey, you made it.
Facts. You made it, like Rod Wade say, huh? So like with that, what's some like ultimate life goals you got, like on some stuff like just, you know what I'm saying, like on a larger scale, like not even, you know what I'm saying, it ain't really got to be specific, like I want to, you know what I'm saying, I want to have XYZ amount of money, but just like, you know what I'm saying, like on an ultimate, just next level, like even when you said it, blow your own mind, like type of, you know what I'm saying, type of goal.
So I mean, some people might look at this like, you know, that's not really mind blowing to them, but you know, everybody got their own perspective on things. That's why I
say to you, you know, and, you're all right.
To me, I'm currently achieving one of my life goals. I've been in police academy for about 8 weeks now, going on 9 weeks. So, you know, that's one of my goals, one of my ultimate goals, Bill.
Yeah.
Police officer, you know. And but that, I don't want to stop there. I want to, you know, potentially progress to maybe Homeland Security, you know, something like that, to be, you know, deal with domestic terrorism stuff, because people really don't have an idea of how many, you know, threats we have every day. You know, it's a bomb threat at a school or something like that, and people, you know, they keep that away from the public because you know it can, you know, everybody can go into chaos. They knew how many. The purge. Exactly, man. You know, you might be sitting on a bench by, you know, trash can. It might be a whole bomb in that trash can or something. So people just really don't know how lucky we, you know, we got it, that we have people, you know, really out there targeting domestic terrorism, because you know, people don't like us. So yeah. But you know, that's, you know, just something, and it's like I said, a smaller ultimate life goal that I'm achieving. I'm pretty proud of.
You got anything else as far as, you know, just the ultimate life goal, or anything you could think of off the top of your head?
Be happy, man. It's the ultimate life goal.
Hey, happy. Nah, for real.
Be genuinely happy, man.
Hey, nah, that's real. And like I say, when I was, you know what I'm saying, thinking about just the question in general, when I was asking, I was like, I feel like a lot of times people they're kind of like, you know, put so many other things over there. They're kind of like, you know what I'm saying, just having bad prioritizing skills to even do that. They'd be like, dang, you know, I want to be happy. I think I'm happy. This, that, and other. I could, you know what I'm saying, do X, Y, Z. And you'll see a lot of times where people will be like, well, I have this, I have that. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, kind of how I did, I think it was on like episode 8 where I was, you know what I'm saying, like referring to, like, I think that was the one where I was on there kind of like, you know what I'm saying, like single-handedly, just, you know, just talking or whatever. But I feel like a lot of times people kind of like ignore the fact, like, okay, in order to be where I want to be, you know, I really have to be happy, because at the end of the day, you could have, you know, fame, stardom, this, that, and the other, but if you're not really happy, you're not really enjoying like everything that you could, you know, everything that you have. Exactly. So, you know, I definitely feel like that's, you know, but what are some of the like things that you feel like kind of tie into being happy, I guess, in a sense, like?
Go back to that, you know, that support system. Make sure everybody in your inner circle is taken care of, as far as, you know, if you're a boss, employ them if they not, you know, if they willing to, you know, work for you or whatever case may be. Or keyword, willing to work, because you can't, you know what I'm saying. Exactly. Set them up for success, you know, because I feel like, you know, the only successful is you, in a sense. Like, hey, no cap. So it's one of the things, you know, I think would be make me happy to see my people, you know, happy and, you know, financially stable and stuff like that right there. And that's real. I was more so thinking like on the aspect of pretty much, you know what I'm saying, like learning to forgive and have a vulnerable side. I feel like that's, you know what I'm saying, like a big attribute to being truly happy. Like when you know, genuinely able to say, okay, I don't have any like hurt in my heart, I don't have any anger in my heart, you know, towards anybody. I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like you really letting go of, like, you know what I'm saying, so many demons, I guess you would say, and you really, like, you know what I'm saying, like creating a positive aura for yourself, and, you know, you're saying you putting out like that pretty much like positive energy just in the air, because a lot of times, you know, I feel like you could kind of tell when you're in like negative situations. Like, for instance, if you stand with somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, negative, they coming home every day, they're like,
I'm tired.
Right.
Man, I hate my job. This, that, and the other. Eventually, you're gonna be like, dang, like you putting out so much negative energy in the air. Like, do I really want to be around you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, negative energy is contagious, for real. I try to, stay clear of those, those type of people. I mean, of course, you want to, if they, you have a type of relationship with them, of course, try to get them out that, negative mindset. But, I mean, ultimately, it's going to be on them to start, to alter their way of thinking. Because, you can't force somebody. They say, the old people say, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink.
Hey.
So, that's one of the little analogies that stuck with me 27 years, I mean.
Yeah. And that's true. Like I say, a lot of times, it is just something as simple as that. But just that, like one term right there could relate to so much different stuff, because I feel like a lot of times people try to pull, other people out the slump, not really analyzing the situation. Like, dang, they want to be here pretty much, because I don't really have no time in my head, like a set time, or how many times I'm willing to help a person, because you never know. Like I said, everybody different. Sometimes some people might take 7 or 8 times, but around that like second or third time, I'm starting to feel like, do they really want my help? Like, Oh,
right, yeah.
I kind of start questioning it, because it's like, if you seeing how I'm living, like regardless of the materialistic things, or just kind of, like more so on the how I'm presenting myself towards you, like how you feel when you're around me. A lot of times people try to ignore that. They like, well, this, that, and the other, but you already know when somebody, kind of like being that light in the room, and not just necessarily saying it's one specific person or nothing like that. But you can already know when you interact with like a person, like, for instance, when we link up, you already know what it is. It's like, as soon as you walk through the door, like, it's just, straight energy, like straight good energy. So
yeah, for sure. We definitely, have good energy. We trying to bring any negative thoughts and stuff like that. We try to always build on what we talked about last, as far as, goals and ideals and stuff like that. So
yeah. And like I say, that's, that's like a big thing. I feel like that's almost like a big life hack in a sense. Like, if you're not, like happy or living up to your like true purpose, then you really like shorting yourself at the end of the day.
right.
Because it's like, how can you really, expect to get all these things that you want, and you not, like either living up to your true purpose or just being happy while you're doing it. Like, you more so kind of, in a sense, starstruck by whatever, you trying to obtain, in a sense.
Yeah. Big one is, don't, like I said, I don't have no time, but I'm not going off what I see online every day. So like this, everybody light bulb gonna click at a different time, or hatch. If you're gonna use an egg, everybody gonna hatch at a different time.
Yeah.
You might look at I'm 27, I might look at a 23-year-old who doing say more than me in a sense on social media, but I mean, without social media, are they really doing it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't fact check them. I don't care to fact check them. So I just look at what I'm doing, what I'm trying to achieve.
Just kind of pretty much just stay in your own lane.
Stay in your own lane.
Like everybody say, me versus me. Like, it's, it's one of them, like, if you really, like I say, just look at it, that's really what it is. Yeah. But I feel like, when these terms and these songs kind of come into play, of course people try to, this, that, and the other, kind of associate themselves with them. Like, that's just like when the little Drake line had dropped, about finding peace.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's a lot of people saying it, and genuinely, like, genuinely saying it, but not genuinely, they don't really mean it. Like, they're not really living like that.
Oh, I cut my friend off, and now I'm peaceful. I mean, you peaceful, good for you, but are you really peaceful? Just because you cut one person off don't mean it's gonna bring you this ultimate peace you really want to receive. So.
And that kind of brings me to the topic of self-acknowledgement, because I think about a lot of times where, sometimes you'll be in a situation with people, and you'll kind of, like elaborate on a situation, or the situation to end, like low-key on a, I guess you say a bad note, or it can even end on a good note, but you'll be like, the first question I feel like they kind of come into play is, okay, who was responsible, or like who was the bad person in the situation, like what was wrong, like who was the toxic one, this, that, and the other. So like
that one, I'm a Libra, so me being a Libra, we all about balance. So I try to see, regardless of how I feel, I try to see their side of it and my side, and try to understand, I feel like it's two sides of every story. You're going to have a different perspective than me.
Yeah.
Or whatever case may be. So I try to see both sides of it. And if I feel like I'm genuinely right, I'm okay with it. I'll leave it how it is. But I feel like if it's any kind of just inch of me being wrong or whatever, I'll say, I admit that I'm wrong, or I could have did this, or I could have said this, so I have no problem,
Self-acknowledgement. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, now that's real. And like, I'm a Capricorn, like I say, and I really don't like. I'm, I'm entwined with like the signs and stuff like that. But a lot of times, like a big question I always have for people is like, do you feel like with signs, is it something, I ain't gonna say you're willing to let control your life, but a lot of times people are like, look at signs and they are, of course you can always go look up your sign and stuff like that. And you'll see kind of the characteristics associated with it. Mm-hmm. So do you ever feel like that's kind of like one of the things? I know you've met people like that where they feel like as soon as they do something, I guess you'll say in a negative manner, they be like, well, I'm a Capricorn, so what you expect, like, even on some like toxic stuff, because that's what's really going around now.
Right.
It's like, if you such and such, you toxic, I can't mess with you.
I ain't gonna lie. I probably in certain situations I probably said that I did this based on my sign.
So you can't blame me. I mean,
I'm human, so
yeah.
But I also try to do the good qualities out of my sign. More so like I did this because this says I'm a bad. I'm bad at this or whatever. So I try to do most of the good things as far as like one of the good things is we try to see the good in everybody. They can do 99 things wrong to us, but that one thing we just hope they do right. That's why we stay in contact with them.
Yeah.
So that's one of the good qualities I think about Libra.
And that's like I say, that's a big positive, because I feel like a lot of times people, I don't know why, I honestly haven't met too many people that really just mention the good things about their signs. They most so kind of say, I guess in their opinion it'd be like a good thing, because like I say now it's like toxic is the most so kind of like popular thing. Like I seen somebody post something earlier and they was like, I remember exactly what it was too. It was a female that posted it, and she said it was kind of like they put the little boxes like they was talking or whatever, and she was like basically she told the dude, she was like, okay, you could just leave, and he was like, I bet, and she back door and said, dang, you really was gonna leave me? And she was like, toxic. I'm like, bro,
I seen something like that today too, man. Like she was like, if I tell you good night and you say good night back, that's not really what I wanted. So I don't know. A lot of people are really just, I don't know. They really they happy about their toxic traits. And, And I don't understand that. Get that situation where if you want to talk to my Cash App. Come on now. What do you think you're gonna attract by saying it?
But because I feel like with the Cash App thing, this is my whole, ordeal, and I feel like I'm gonna say something at the end that's gonna have you so joked out. But like, so with the Cash App, I feel like in a sense, it's like the people that's, posting that, not all of them, because some people, I guess, genuinely, if it's their birthday, they feel like, complete strangers should send them money. But,
yeah.
But, it's really people out there that's doing it. I feel like that's kind of like the thing, like, dudes almost having like false hopes, like, okay, maybe if I send her this little farther, I'm pretty, like, I'm 100% positive there's people sending more than that, but they like, yeah, I'm gonna just send this money, maybe I'm gonna have a chance with her. She go in there, like it, then she probably, hit you this whoop de whoop, this, that, and other, but you really not getting that out the situation. So I feel like from a female aspect, if she the one that's doing it, it's like, at the time she possibly don't know what she want, or either she do know what she want, and that's kind of pretty much just to get money in a sense. Like, I always be telling them like, some prostitution is illegal, like, not saying it's gonna come to that, and that wasn't even the funny part I was gonna tell you about. But I had seen somebody post, like, I want to say like maybe 2 days ago, they was like, why is it every time your baby birthday or something come up, you posting your Cash App? like
I haven't seen that. That's the first one. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, but I be seeing it like all the time. They be like, it's such and such, it's my little son's birthday, you know what I'm saying? Y'all show him some love, and they post their Cash App, like.
I don't understand it. I really don't. I don't get it. You know how it is from a guy's perspective. I'm pretty sure dudes are sending them money to get that so-say conversation, whatever the case may be, but why start your relationship off me having to give you money already?
Yeah.
I understand you go on a date and the guy pay for it. It's pretty much kind of the same thing. So if you want, in a sense, my money, I'm gonna need your time, your physical time to come, on this date or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Why I gotta Cash App you just to get your number or just to get, you to reply to me?
And I feel like that's adequate too, like speaking on the time, because at the end of the day, like, people don't realize, how valuable time is. Because like I say, just like, how we sit here shooting this right now, we could be doing anything else, but we know it's, for a good cause. Exactly. I feel like at the end of the day, like I said, it's raising more awareness than anything. I'm not, I'm not giving nobody no advice to go do something. Like if you know what I'm saying, want to cash up that girl, go ahead and cash up that girl. But
Sure.
at the end of the day, you know, with the date and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, if you genuinely want to know me, I feel like you could sacrifice getting that money on Cash App, you know what I'm saying, to come out and, you know what I'm saying, just like we just chop it up or do whatever. So that time, like I say, I always be telling people that, like, you know, we talking about money, but I'll put my time over that money any day because
Can't put a price on time.
yeah, I can't get that back. I can always get that money back, but I can't get that time back.
Exactly. But you know, it's this damn time we live in, man. They want chivalry, but
Yeah.
you know, some things are earned, not given.
Hey, nah, for real. So like with the whole chivalry aspect, you know what I'm saying? We had like a quick little talk on that before. Like what's your, you know what I'm saying, what's your views on that?
It's a dying breed, man. Chivalry is almost dead. Cause I mean, I watched this podcast on TikTok, and basically the females, they want chivalry. They want chivalry sometimes. They want you to still open the door for them.
Yeah.
But like go back to the Cash App thing, they want you to cash up them just for a conversation or something. How is that, you know, them old people say courting somebody?
Hey.
That's not how it's, if you want to do the chivalry way, the traditional way, go on a date with that person, you know. Find out if y'all had that chemistry, whatever, and progress from there. Don't, you know, pick and choose when you want to be, you know, when you want to be a lady or be classy.
Yeah.
Not saying, you know, whatever y'all doing not classy.
Yeah.
You know, it's my opinion. You know?
Of course. And it always go back to that, you know what I'm saying? That opinion for real.
But you know, I ain't perfect. Like
Yeah.
Disclaimer, I ain't perfect. You know, I try to judge, but you know, we all fall short. You know, I may be on Instagram like she's a blank word. You know, I may.
Yeah.
But you know, I don't know that person, so I'm just, you know,
Yeah.
I'm just what I see.
Yeah.
You know, but perception isn't reality too, though.
So like, I guess, you know what I'm saying, is associated with like chivalry and stuff like that. Like what are, you know what I'm saying, I guess some of the things like that's expected, you know, from a female standpoint and from a male standpoint, because I feel like it always kind of got to be mutual in a sense, like you got to give to receive and, you know what I'm saying, vice versa.
Exactly. I mean, from a male perspective, man, you know, just be consistent, you know, with what you're doing. Don't just do, you know, what you think is right for a few months and then change up.
Yeah.
And you know, that could end bad. But from a female perspective, don't make it so hard. Like I know be a challenge, but don't be like, you know, an unreachable type of challenge, man. You know, make it meet halfway. It don't gotta be at the beginning. It don't gotta be 50-50 because, like I said, the male's in a sense supposed to chase, but don't make it to where, you know, he's putting himself out there to be vulnerable to, you know, getting hurt, because well, you may think he don't care, whatever the case may be, or he's talking to other females. You might be that one he, you know, won't per se. So, you know, if you doing something, you know, he can't obtain or keep up with, then, you know, you might hurt that person. And, you know, that leads to him, his next person he meet, he gonna...
It's almost like a, you know, just almost like a, I ain't gonna say generational curse, but it's almost like, you know what I'm saying, if you had kids and you constantly, you know what I'm saying, bashing them, it's like they likely to possibly do that again.
Exactly. It's a never ending circle.
Yeah. So like with that though, do you feel like part of that is associated with being like straightforward and being honest? Because I feel like a lot of times, you know, you will see in cases where, and like I say, this is honestly, like I said, my opinion, my, you know what I'm saying, my perception of things, kind of how I've seen things. Mm-hmm. So I really haven't seen it where, you know what I'm saying, the female will be chasing a dude and, you know what I'm saying, she'll be going all out, this, that, and the other. I have seen instances where, you know what I'm saying, people will talk about they did this, that, and the other. I guess my question before this question is, how do you decipher between the female just being hard to get compared to you just, or compared to her using you, I guess you would say?
That's a hard one right there. That's a hard one because, I mean, you never really know.
Yeah.
You never really know until it just happens. But, you know, in the leading up to it happening, I mean, they say always, you know, want to just go into something that's you have to come out your pockets for. Like, you know, because I feel like you don't always have to come out your pockets on every you know, time I see you or whatever. So, you know, it can be perceived as, you know, being used or whatever. It may not be the case, but it can be perceived as that, because you can just well go to somewhere that's free, like, you know, museums and all that stuff. So if I'm always coming out of my pocket with you, you know, and I'm not getting really the same, because it can be the guy can pay 2 times, then you pay once, or whatever the case may be. The guy doesn't always have to pay, so that's why I feel like most people feel like they're getting used when you constantly have to come out your pocket, you constantly have to on her birthday send her gifts or Christmas send her gifts, and you not getting that in return.
Yeah.
When a lot of stuff not reciprocated, I feel like that's kind of one of the things people feel like they're getting used.
Yeah, I completely agree. I kind of felt like that was one of the things you would say. And just a quick little side note. So as far as, you saying with the museums and stuff, it's one of them cards you can get. I want to say it's a Chase Sapphire card, either like an American Express Platinum card. Mm-hmm. You get like, it's like 100 or 200 like museums that's free. So check your, check your benefits on your cards, because there's a lot of stuff associated with it. Like, American Express most definitely, like, it's like a 500, well, it ranges, yearly, but it's like a $500 to $600 like annual fee that you got to pay on your American Express card. But it's so many benefits associated with it where you could, easily get that $500, $600 back. Like, for instance, quick side note, I'm going to get off of this. But you get, pretty much like a point for each dollar that you spend. Okay. So if you spend, $20,000, it's 20,000 points, you can use that just like any other credit card. Flights, you get 5 times points if you book, hotel or whatever. So, just a little side note. It's a lot of free stuff and a lot of benefits. $15 Uber Eats credit per month, or Uber credit per month, but you can use it for Eats as well. But yeah, back to the back to the topic at hand. So I don't know, man. Like, I feel like a lot of times, at the end of the day, I feel like the biggest thing is just kind of like being straightforward, because I feel like that's where people kind of fall short, like not being straightforward, because people always kind of look at it like glitz and glams of it. Like, if I'm taking you, like, if my vibe not horrible, and I'm taking you out, we having a good time, this, that, and the other, and I'm paying for the food. I ain't gonna say 9 times out of 10, because some people do just genuinely, be honest. Mm-hmm. But, I feel like from a female perspective, she be like, dang, well, he taking me out to eat. I'm getting free meals, this, that, and I know every time he gonna come clutch on Friday, Saturday, I be hungry anyway. I don't be wanting to spend my money.
Exactly.
He ain't really no bad conversation, but as far as like, anything else, I'm not really looking for it. Like, I feel like honestly that kind of like be the situation, but then again I don't want to say that, because I feel like it could kind of backfire in the instance of her just genuinely wanting like a friendship, because it doesn't have to be that. But I feel like if you as a male display your feelings and kind of be like, okay, I want a relationship, I don't want to be your friend. Not saying we got to rush into it and then we can take it slow, this, that, and the other. I feel like it's misleading if a female be like, okay, we could do that, but in reality that's not her intention at all.
I mean, you never know, man. Like I said, it's one of them topics you just, kind of just, it's our opinion. So you don't really know, like, we not females, so we can't say, really how their game plan, their strategies will.
Females watch, if you watching this video, comment below. Just let me know what you think.
They never gonna release their strategy, man,
It ain't gotta be no strategy. I ain't even looking at it from that aspect. I'm looking at it, just be straightforward with me on this video.
Be transparent, Like I said, at the beginning, be transparent, if you know you're a female, you want that guy, he's taking forever to make you, so say, his girlfriend or whatever, just give him that choice. Give him that choice. You want me, or you want
the streets.
The streets. And a guy knows,
She belong to the street.
A guy gonna know what he want,
Yeah.
No matter if he said he haven't said it yet, he knows. So if you give him that ultimatum, be like, hey, you want me or the streets, you pretty much probably he gonna choose you.
But coming to that though, how do you, not saying, because you didn't say no timestamp, but how do you put a timestamp on it though? Like, I might know what I want, but I might not know what I want this week. I might know what I want in a month, a month down the road. So how do you, decipher that? Because I feel like a lot of times, like, I watch, I kind of watch glimpses and glams of, like, not glimpses and glams, like small little snippets, I guess you would say. I watch small little snippets of, married, what they say, life after lockdown or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So one of the little couples on there, she went on a little trip for her birthday, and she was pretty much just kind of like forcing her dude. She was like, I'm ovulating, blah blah blah. Like, we finna go on this trip, blah blah blah, and I want you to propose to me. And I feel like it was even more unrealistic on his standpoint, because this is a guy just getting out of prison supposedly, and you forcing him to kind of, like, get married. So I feel like it's almost kind of comparison to that situation, like, I don't want you to force me. I feel like most of it at the end of the day is gonna feel like more organic and more natural. Like, if we know, we we gonna know. So it's kind of gonna be like a mutual type thing if that's your person.
Yeah, what's understood don't have to be explained. Like you said, with these this day and time on social media, you got, you know, these people who they get ready to ask a female to be their girlfriend. They gotta go buy a hotel and do the whole candles and roses and Louis bags and all this and give gifts and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, it should be just natural. Like, you should naturally flow. Of course, you know, you want that reassurance that y'all are together. You do want it to be, you know, hey, you know, I feel like, you know, we got to the point where I can see my girlfriend or vice versa, I can see my boyfriend. It don't have to be as lavish as, you know, what you see on social media.
Yeah.
But, you know, there's no time, you know. It can be, you know, you can make somebody your girlfriend or boyfriend within 3 weeks, but you still continue to, you know,
do them same type things. And I mean, I be thinking about that too, like, you know what I'm saying, as far as acceptance wise. Like, if I'm sitting there, you know what I'm saying, I'm really into somebody, I'm accepting them, you know what I'm saying, flaws and all. So I'm knowing what's coming with that. I feel like at that point, you know what I'm saying, before you get with that person, before you get acquainted with that person, you have the opportunity to kind of be like, okay, do I see, like, for instance, if you're a big gym head and you want somebody that go to the gym, you have the opportunity. I definitely, you know what I'm saying, never settle. So you want somebody to go to the gym and you see, you know, they not going to the gym, and that's, you know what I'm saying, like a no-go for you, then don't choose them. I feel like once you get that relationship with them, knowing that they weren't doing that, I feel like you being judgmental at that point because you knew it in a sense. Like, not saying, you know what I'm saying, because I guess you say positive habits make positive habits, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of like rub off. But still in the same sense, if somebody, and I feel like it is a such thing as, you know what I'm saying, like attraction to that strength, I guess you'll say, because I see a lot of times where people would be like, yeah, you know, my boyfriend, girlfriend got me out of my, or even friends, you know, my friend got me out of my comfort zone, so now they got me trying this, that, and other. Like, you could be a vegetarian, never ate meat before, and be like, yeah, my, you know what I'm saying, such and such made me eat meat. So I feel like it's one of them type of things, but I feel like you gambling with it.
definitely.
I feel like you almost putting yourself in a bad situation expecting something that you didn't, you know, see before. Not saying you can't change it, but
That's true. I mean, it goes back to me back in my, you know, younger mindset. I'd be like, man, I couldn't date nobody. I mean, well, I'll be like, I can date somebody like me because, you know, I like myself. You know, I feel like if I date somebody like me, we can make it work.
Yeah.
But now getting older, and I don't think I could date
somebody just like you.
or Libra or somebody like me because, you know, I feel like two opposites attract. You know, not really two people the same together. Like, it may, you know, it's gonna be harder. I ain't saying it can't work, but it'll definitely be. I feel like it'll be harder.
And I mess with like polarity and stuff like that, like the you know, the book I was telling you about, The Way of Superior Man. So they was in there, you know, talking about it. Like I said, you know, word up. I did finish that last week, you know, for all the people. Well, that was this week. I finished that this week. Yeah, finished that up. You know what I'm saying? Nice read though for sure. Yeah, nice read for sure. You know that one article I sent you about you know, retention. I ain't gonna talk about that, but yeah though. Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like. Pretty much just with that energy and stuff like that. He kind of talk about like polarity, but not from a, you know what I'm saying, characteristic standpoint, but more so kind of like a masculine and feminine like position. And we kind of talked about that in person too. Just kind of how pretty much like you say, like negatives attract. Like, it can't be two masculine roles in a relationship, or it can't be two feminine, you know, like roles in a relationship. And not to say that it doesn't, like, it has to be the way that we perceive it, because most of the time masculine is associated with the man.
True.
But sometimes in relationships it's been the other way around, like, and I wouldn't even say it's known all the time. Like, you know, you might see somebody in a relationship, you be like, dang, well, I know they, you know what I'm saying, like, have, you know, he definitely masculine, this, that, and other. He might get behind closed doors, be the whole, you know what I'm saying, and the way we see it now is most of the time the female will be running the man, and you already know she kind of hold that masculine role. But in a sense, a lot of times it, you know what I'm saying, they balance out, but it's a lot of other things that kind of associated with that masculine and feminine. So it's definitely, you know what I'm saying, something worth checking out for sure.
Oh, for sure, man. I definitely believe, you know, if that guy's masculine, his partner's gonna be submissive because he's able to maintain that role or whatever. And not saying, you know, it gotta be a controlling type thing. You know, your significant other definitely give you just as much, you know, insight on things or help you with things. You don't have to be a controlling one to I'm masculine or I'm the dominant one. Do as I do, you know.
Yeah.
So I definitely feel like, you know, your counterpart should have that role too, to help you out, to keep you in that, you know, necessarily that mindset.
Yeah. Nah, and I was seeing something else too, talking about I guess you would say kind of like, what you call it, more so kind of like probably like women's intuition and stuff like that. Like, even, you know what I'm saying, you thinking that you being, I guess you would say, like, so genuine, this, that, and the other, or you know what I'm saying, you be like, yeah, I love you, this, that, and the other. If you're not really feeling like that, I feel like a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, that's some kind of like sense, because I feel like a natural reaction, if somebody, you know, on the phone with you, sometimes we'll think about it, all depending on that person, but you know what I'm saying, with your mama and stuff like that, I mean, granted you love her, but it could be your cousin, yeah, I love you, cuz. It's almost like a natural thing to be like, yeah, I love you, you know what I'm saying, I love you too. Now with certain females, you know, I call myself like, they'll be like, yeah, I love you. Yeah, you know, it just always, you know what I'm saying, it always ain't as natural as, you know.
Speaking of I love you word, do you feel like there's a difference between saying I love you and
I love you? No, I really don't. Like, I honestly don't, because it's kind of like, you know, just like any other thing. I mean, you can associate it with something so simple, like so simple, like, I'll be back. Be back.
True.
At the end of the day, you still know, you know what I'm saying, my mission. But sometimes it is, you know what I'm saying, kind of like perceived different. So that's where you kind of like learn to, I guess, adapt to people and kind of like, I feel like this my thing. It's almost like a compromise in a sense. We all know what a compromise is on a, you know what I'm saying, larger scale. But even in like smaller things, like if I know something that kind of like, even us being friends, I know something that trigger you and I know I don't have to say it, like, I could, what could I say? If you had like huge feet or something like that, be like, yeah, this dude here wear a size 13. I know I don't have to say that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, if I know that trigger you, I'm not going to say it. Right. Sometimes I might think it and giggle a little bit, but, and I feel like it's the same way, you know what I'm saying, in any other relationship. If you know that it's something that you don't have to do or don't have to say, then, you know what I'm saying, don't say it, because you know that's a trigger thing for that person. But still in the same sense, it's kind of like another side to it, because if it's something that I like naturally do, like, if I come in this mug, you know what I'm saying, I get out of work and I yawn, like I be yawning on the regular, I'm just a tired individual like that, and you get mad at that, you just got to be mad, because I can't make no compromise.
Like you said, man, know your personnel. I hear that a lot. Know your personnel, know your people. You know, everybody got tendencies. Tendencies don't lie. So, you know, you pick up on those, you pretty much gonna know how that person is, you know. But, you know, don't overanalyze it.
I feel like a lot of times, you know, we kind of spend like time overanalyzing people, and you can almost kind of associate it with judging people, like overanalyzing, trying to find any flaw possible, just so you could be like, well, dang. Because, you know, I caught myself in the past, like I said, but that's where you kind of like realize growth, because I catch myself like a lot of times with like past females I used to talk to. In a sense, when I look back at the situation as a whole, I used to, and I mean, you know that, sometimes like I be complaining so bad, I be like, son, she just do this, that, and the other. And you know, at the end of the day, it's like on a large scale, it's really like something minor, you know. It's really just something so small, and like something else, I guess you would say, like another person would be like, dang, I wish somebody would do that for me. So I kind of like, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of me being neglectful in a sense. But I will say, in, you know what I'm saying, in the midst of that all, like when my mama, she told me, she was pretty much like, you know what I'm saying, when you find like the one that's for you, a lot of things that, you know what I'm saying, somebody did in the past to kind of piss you off, either like trigger you, it's not gonna bother you, because it's that person, you know what I'm saying, that's like your one. So, you know, I definitely kind of took that to heart.
That's true.
Yeah, man. So what's your views on pretty much, I guess you'll say, like mental growth, and like what's, you know what I'm saying, I guess with the like hearing the topic, or hearing the subject, what's an instance or a situation where you kind of like realize like, dang, I really, you know, grew from that. I'm not the same, you know, I don't view that the same.
I used to be bad about, I say, holding grudges, man. I used to hold grudges for years and years, months and months, and you know, I just had to grow out of that mindset of, you know, people gonna do what they want to do and act how they act, man. You just gotta, to move on, you just gotta, you know, forgive and keep pushing.
Yeah. Dang, bro, I ain't know you used to hold grudges like that. I sure hope you don't know grudge against me.
You know, when I'm Libra trait.
Nah, for real. Like one of the things, you know, I guess you'd say like one of the bigger things that I had kind of realized was like, you know, even like with friends or just relationships, it's more so about the quality compared to like the quantity. Because, you know, I feel like at a point in high school and stuff like that, you know, you had a bunch of friends. Of course, you know, you had a few that you messed with harder than others. Right. But at this point in my life, you know what I'm saying, like being grown, I could genuinely say like, as really like true friends is only, you know, I could like handpick them. There's no, okay, well, I don't mess with such and such. I feel like I mess with all my people, like, in a sense, almost evenly for the most part, just because, you know what I'm saying, like, I kind of want to keep, like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. Like I said, I guess you'll say, like, the relationship or whatever, but I know, you know what I'm saying, we pretty much all kind of pouring into like this big, I guess you'll say this big cup or whatever, you know what I'm saying, just metaphorically speaking.
Yeah, like I said, for the most part, even, just growing up, I took the word friend, a little bit more to heart. I didn't just call anybody just my friend,
Yeah.
If I feel like, we to a level, like, I don't call you my friend. I like, who is just you? Just my brother, He not my friend, my brother. Not even on no line brother stuff or stuff like that.
Yeah.
We got that type of, relationship to where it progressed from just a friendship per se. It went to, my brother. Like, I don't even, like I said, I consider a lot of people acquaintances more like,
Hey, for real. Associates.
Exactly.
Yeah, nah, that's true. And like a lot of times, I feel like it's really, like I say, something that's, you know what I'm saying, not given because you put yourself in like situations just occur in life. And, you know what I'm saying, not saying you, because you don't think about it at the time, like, I'm putting this person to the test. But we could both, you know what I'm saying, attest to each other and be like, dang, well, you know what I'm saying, you came in the clutch this time, I came in the clutch this time.
Right.
And it's something that we don't never have to speak on, but it's like almost in a sense elevating your friendship. And like I said, out of all my like close friends, I have seen, you know what I'm saying, instances of that where we pretty bit like, at the end of the day, I guess in a sense, it's just proving to you like, if I'll go to worst, I know they gonna have my back. And that's where, you know what I'm saying, they become more than just a basic, hey, bye.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, nah, like, and I don't know, like I say, different experiences in life, you know what I'm saying, definitely open up like different friend groups and stuff to get in. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, about analyzing the situation, not being judgmental, not overthinking it, because I feel like a lot of times people miss out on their blessings because they try to overanalyze a situation when obviously, you know what I'm saying, the way is, or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, is right there in your face. You just choosing to be difficult and overanalyze your, you know what I'm saying, overanalyze what the situation really is.
Exactly, man. I just thought about something. A lot of your friendship days are built on like, what can I gain from that person?
Yeah.
Some stuff like that. Or that's my enemy, but I'm gonna keep my enemy close. I'm gonna befriend them just to keep tabs on what they doing as far as that. Or or just somebody just want to fit in or want to be liked, and they want to be that person friend because that person, so say, got clout or whatever the case may be, and they trying to, clout chase whatever the case may be. But nah, man, I don't go for that. If I see you my friend, then I see something I can learn from you, or make me better per se.
Yeah, and likewise, like I say, I definitely see that part of it, as well as, you know what I'm saying, something that I could offer to you, or something I could, you know what I'm saying, benefit to you, because it have been plenty of instances, like I said, we done sent each other, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the other, and I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that stuff go a long way, because at the end of the day, if you really think about a person's path, they could be and this is another word, another thing I would say, like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to me, it's no such thing as like being selfish or whatever. Like, if I want to just sit there and pretty much screw off all day, or not really say screw off all day, but take all my time to myself, it's not really considered selfish. A lot of people, like I said, let people pretty much guilt trip them because they like, dang, you being selfish.
Right.
How I'm being selfish when I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying, like benefit myself, or, you know what I'm saying, like grow.
Right. Yeah. It'll be time made me think of, we talk like 4 times a week, but sometimes we don't talk as much that week because you got either a heavy workload or vice versa, and we know that may be because we it's been so long, we kind of picked up on that tendency that may be going on, but we know whenever we do talk, I'm not gonna be like, oh man, you acting funny.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do like that. I'm not, like you said, guilt trip somebody into why you didn't do this, why you do that.
Yeah. And like, what's your views on, you know what I'm saying, just as far as like guilt trip and stuff, or like letting somebody personally guilt trip you? Because I got a whole spiel on that.
Tell me your spiel on that first. I can say a lot.
Okay. So my situation was, I feel like in the past, and they kind of go back to, you know what I'm saying, just that whole mental growth aspect. So I was at a point in my life where I feel like I was letting people kind of guilt trip me, like people that do something, and I, you know what I'm saying, like quickly acknowledge and be like, dang, such and such, you know what I'm saying, like acting funny, this, that, and the other. Or even kind of how we were talking about the other night, where if you're in a situation with, you know what I'm saying, a female, or even just a friend, and you express yourself, you know what I'm saying, like truly how you feel, which I feel like is how it should be in a sense, because if we really friends like we say, or we really to the point where we say, I feel like, I ain't gonna say nothing is off limits. Like I say, keep in mind them triggers that I was talking about earlier. Don't say something that you don't have to say.
Right.
Especially if you're just doing it to piss the person off.
Exactly.
But if it's one of them situations, like, for instance, if, you know what I'm saying, I guess we really like, you know what I'm saying, like we really locked in or something like that, or we supposed to go do something, and I be like, I'm coming out of town to, you know what I'm saying, mess with you, and you just all of a sudden flop, no explanation or no nothing, and I be like, dang, Joe, like, you know what I'm saying, what happened? Like, you know what I'm saying, you supposed to be my boy, you know, this, that, and the other. And I'm like, you know what I'm saying, like, really expressing myself, and I feel the type of way, like, I feel hurt by it or whatever, and you just hit me back and just kind of try to downplay it. And of course, you know what I'm saying, that's gonna fuel me to even go harder, like, not cuss you out or nothing, but just more so like kind of express myself. Like, I just feel like it was messed up because, you know what I'm saying, you know, I came from out the city, this, that, and the other. And then I backdoor and apologize. Like, that's my views of, I guess you would say, like, guilt trip me. I pretty much let you guilt trip me or downplay my feelings because, you know what I'm saying, because you reacted a certain way. So I feel like at a point in my life, I was kind of to that point, like, where I was apologizing to people based off of how I felt, when in reality, that's really how I felt. And if we looking at it from a relationship aspect, I feel like that's something that's kind of associated with them roles as far as, like, masculine and feminine. So a lot of times, like I say, I dealt with females, my personal experience, I dealt with females, they'll tell you whatever. Like, it don't matter how hurtful it may seem or whatever, just because it's like, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to be that man, this, that, and the other. But in a sense, I always think about it like, you know what I'm saying, dudes have feelings too, regardless of how much, you know what I'm saying, they try to, like, display it. And like I said, granted to whoever, you know, some females, I guess that's associated with, like, the types they have. Like, some females be like, yeah, I want an emotional dude or whatever, till they get an emotional dude and they like, dang, like, he doing the most, like, this dude really crying. Not saying I'm, you know what I'm saying, not saying I'm gonna cry, but it could go that far. Like, if something, you know what I'm saying, like, really hit a nerve like that, it's like, okay, you want me to be, like, really open with you, and I start crying in front of you, like, what you gonna do? Because a lot of people, you know, they'll be like, I can't have nobody crying, like, I wouldn't know what to do, you know. I'll pat them on their back. So, you know, it's kind of that situation. But, like, to explain my situation, or guess what happened as far as guilt trip. So when I was dealing with the older chick or whatever, that situation happened, you know what I'm saying. I was being just, like, honest and straightforward in a sense, and, like, really kind of telling them, like, my true intentions, like, you know what I'm saying, I don't really want to, you know, this, that, and the other, like, you ain't got to, you know what I'm saying, go that far, you know what I'm saying, we cool, and that's understood. You know, she was kind of like, in a sense, I felt like lead me on. She was like, okay, yeah, this, that, and the other, that's fine, because the situation seemed beneficial at the time, not necessarily on the monetary thing. Of course, we was doing stuff,
right,
but not really even on a monetary thing. It was just kind of like a holdover, I guess. Like, yeah, if I tell him this, it's going to kind of hold him over.
right.
So he, you know what I'm saying, good with it. Then when it came down to it, and I was like, okay, this not, you know what I'm saying, this not what I wanted. She pretty much kind of tried to, like, almost guilt trip me. And I feel like at that point, I was being as honest as possible. Like, transparent, like, completely open, like, see through me type transparent. So that just kind of opened my mind up to, okay, don't let people guilt trip you, and don't apologize for feeling the way you feel, because it's going to be a lot of times where people, like, certain people, they just pretty much programmed to be like that. Like, if they don't get what they want, or you're not giving them the response they want,
Right.
they possibly might try to guilt trip you or have you feeling bad about the way that you feel. And I was like, man, at the end of the day, if I'm going to be like a human being, pretty much, I'm going to be honest about my feelings. I'm going to be honest, because at the end of the day, just like we were saying at the beginning of the episode, you don't want to be one of those type of people like, dang, I wish I would have told him this, because I haven't had this situation happen to me, and this kind of sound messed up, but I don't want nobody to, how can I say this, man, in a decent way. So, you know, people always think about when somebody passed or whatever, this, that, and that, the positives, like, dang, I wish I would have told them that. I don't want something to happen to somebody and I had something on my chest, because at the end of the day, that's still going to burn me up. I'm going to probably still be mad about it, like, why didn't I just tell such and such that? Now, we probably wouldn't end it on a good note, you know what I'm saying, because that's the end goal, but at least I would have had it off my chest and I wouldn't have been walking around with it. So that's why, you know what I'm saying, I started being more open and transparent as possible, and, like, almost on some like, what you call it, like self-analysis, self-check, like, okay, even after the situation, after I tell you something, did I really, you know what I'm saying, was I just straightforward, like, you know, was I honest? And especially most, I feel like, kind of like in relationships, or even like situationships, more so with situationships, I mean, you know how those could be. So it's like, it's easy for a situationship to elevate to a relationship because one of the parties wasn't honest. True. Or it's easier, like you said, for somebody to be hurt in the situation because you had the interpretation of it being this, when in all actuality the other person didn't have no type of, you know what I'm saying, no type of intentions of even being in that situation. But that's my situation, so, you know what I'm saying, what you got?
I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head with that one. But this, after all that, it had me thinking though, like, as far as like, I mean, it's you pretty much hit, like I said, hit the nail on the head. I really don't have. I agree with you totally on the whole situation, but I want to ask you, what's your outlook on social media as a whole, as far as how you feel about that? Is it good? Is it bad? You indifferent about it? How you feel about that?
So, like I said, it's all the, consistent listeners can say like I said, we talked about social media a lot. And I feel like at a point I was kind of talking about it so much, I was like, okay, let me, sway off of it. But like I said on another episode, everybody has different views on it. But I don't mind expressing my view again because, like I say, views do change. But
it could have changed from last episode.
And that's what I was saying. So, like, at a point I was kind of like, okay, social media, fun, this, that, and the other. Especially, like, first kind of getting on it. But then after a while, I have days where I just sit there and, like, look at my, like, consumption time as far as, like, phone time. Mm-hmm. I be like, dang, Instagram being, this, that, and the other. And in my personal opinion, I feel like it's all about how you're using it. Because some people, I feel like you have to use social media. Like, if you got a brand or something like that, you want to promote it.
Exactly.
Not saying that has to be done because, like, on the last episode, my daddy don't promote at all. Just kind of, like, word of mouth. But I feel like it was almost a time thing. Mm-hmm. And then, like I said, how long you been doing it. But now it's like new age. It's like a lot of stuff is associated around social media. So it's almost like kind of good to look. But that almost kind of like, makes me think, well, while I'm on social media, why not take advantage of it in some type, in some type of way, regardless of what I may think of. But I mean, social media, like I say, I feel like it's a good thing because it does, allow you to reach millions of people, billions of people. But it also can be a negative thing if you're trying to base your life around it. Like, if you're trying to base your life around social media, then obviously you probably kind of need to, like, reanalyze. And I kind of get, like, a real taste of life, a real taste of social media at that, compared to, like, my personal IG compared to the, Organic Mindset Podcast, IG. Because on there, of course, I follow a couple of friends. Like I say, people that support me, I'm following them back, especially the ones that I know.
Exactly.
But I'm following, like, more, like financial financial literacy pages and just, things of that nature. So it's like I get on, my IG and on the podcast page and I'm seeing a bunch of, like, positive stuff. I'm like, okay, let me go share that to my story.
Right.
Compared to my personal page, you already know what I'm seeing on there.
Exactly. And I feel like sometimes I want to delete my personal page.
Yeah.
And, well, I say personal. Delete my page and create another page and only follow positive stuff, basically. So I'm seeing it, because I had that same social media that I have now for so long. They pretty much got my, algorithm down, what I want to see. So,
even on your Explore page.
Exactly. So, I go in there sometimes. I really try to get out of it more so now. But a big thing is a lot of friends that I have, when they get, say, depressed or something like this, they log out their Instagram or whatever the case may be. So I look at, like, what does that tell you? What kind of impact that has on you, that when you get depressed? Because if you're depressed, you shouldn't have to log off your IG if it's not affecting you.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's because I do it sometimes. Like, I go through something, I may log off for a week or two just to,
kind of recenter yourself.
Exactly. So that right there tells me in a whole that, it's more negative than positive to me, because I don't have a business that I'm trying to promote on the page or whatever. I'm just on there for entertainment purposes.
Yeah. And
that's not really a necessity in a sense. So I definitely have my screen time on my phone, and I try to always lower it every chance I get.
Yeah. So like with that, you kind of like sparked this question in my head. So what do in your opinion, what are some ways that people could, I guess, personally, like, utilize, like social media and kind of make it where it's not a big, like, it's not so many negatives associated, more so positives associated with, like, social media?
I mean, and what I would do, I don't know, can't speak for nobody else, but what I would do, like I said, just go back to just, what you follow and who you follow, because you already know if you follow this person, they're going to post this, and that,
Yeah.
So it kind of goes off who you follow, Don't be tempted to follow, somebody, that you don't have, that you not get nothing from, no kind of motivation, no kind of benefits whatsoever. You just gonna see that one thing.
Yeah, nah, that's true. And like, I was thinking about it from that aspect, even like, I feel like if you're not like really a content creator, you know what I'm saying? Like, spread positivity. Like, if you see some positive posts, go share it on your page, because like I said, I see it a lot, as far as like instances where all it takes is like that, like that one instance, like, and I had seen a post, and this really relate to like real life, and it's a real thing. So like, I don't know if I'm just the only person that feel like that, but sometimes I be kind of like, you know, needing that interaction from like random strangers, like as far as a smile or something like that. I'd be like, dang, like why everybody seems so down? And I guess there's just more so me of being aware of like energies and stuff like within the air. So like I can go to like Walmart or something, I'd be like, dang, like everybody in this mug just seem like they going through the motion like on a robotic type deal.
Yeah.
Like, and nobody, you know, seem happy, this, that, and the other. So it's almost like, you know, I seen the post, and the post was like relating to like anything that you want, you know, pretty much give that out. And that's where, you know, you kind of most of the time you hear it associated with like money and stuff like that. Like, you know what I'm saying, you give, you shall receive.
Right.
So I think about it even like on a basic, like everyday kind of standpoint. Like, for instance, if you feel like people ain't happy, start smiling at people.
Exactly.
And it's crazy like how that really worked for me. Like the next day I went out, I had really did it, and I'm like start smiling at buku people, even speaking to people, because that was kind of like, you know, one of the things my people always taught me. Like I say, most of my daddy, he was just most so kind of like, it never hurt you to speak to people. That's one thing, you know what I'm saying, you always got to think about. You see somebody outside or whatever, you know, I'm just like, yeah, how you doing, this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
So
it go a long way, man. You know, just talking to somebody, or, you know, get compliment that person you pass them. You know, you smell nice. You know, something like that go a long way. I take those compliments, you know, to heart, because you know that person didn't have to do that. You know, it's something small, but I take it, you know, to heart.
Nah, I completely agree. Like, and that's, I don't know, like I said, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that's just kind of like, as far as like being a human, I feel like a lot of times we so blinded by some of the other things, we kind of like forget the basic, you know what I'm saying, day-to-day type things. Like, in a sense, I feel like, you know, as a life purpose, I feel like everybody is put here to kind of like spread that positivity to the next, you know what I'm saying, the next individual, regardless of what, you know what I'm saying, degree it be. Like, you don't have to, it don't cost nothing to, you know what I'm saying, be happy around people to kind of like spread a positive note. But, you know, it comes from internally. Like, you can't spread positivity if you're not positive yourself.
True.
So
What's up? But something that crossed my mind though, how you feel about, like, you know, since you got this podcast going, and you know, as far as like all you consider your close friends, you know, I'm pretty sure, you know, somebody may not be promoting it like that, you know, how you feel about that? Do you take that to heart, or do you, like, you know, you just kind of, they don't have to do it, I'm okay with it, you know?
So with that, honestly, I really don't feel like they have to, just because, you know what I'm saying, just like I kind of take it in degree in stride, just like kind of everything else we talking about, like with smiling. And I mean, you don't, that's things that you don't have to do. Just like you were saying, you know, about the compliments, that's things that they don't have to do, you know what I'm saying. It doesn't make them like a lesser of a friend if they don't promote, because at the end of the day, I realize, you know what I'm saying, they have their lives too, and I'm not, you know, the type of person to sit there and be like, dang, well, you know what I'm saying, they be on social media 24/7 when I'm around them, this, that, and the other. Now, don't get me wrong, and this kind of jump topics, I am that way, like with certain females. Like, if I kind of get that energy, you know what I'm saying, like we telling each other, like, okay, you know what I'm saying, I mess with you, you mess with me, blah, 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 and you taking like forever to hit back, like often too, and I'm around you, you're on your phone all the time, then that kind of like quit, you know what I'm saying, like make me question it, like, dang. And it don't have nothing to do with like being insecure. I feel like it's just like seeing the signs, you know what I'm saying, and not ignoring reality.
Yeah.
So,
but I can understand that, man. It's kind of like, you know, fall back to the principle, man. You know, if you didn't hit me back, but you're on social media posting, it's kind of like a slap in my face, you know, like,
do you really want to talk to me?
Yeah. And I also understand, I get to the point where I might tell somebody, you know, good night, but that don't mean I'm really going to sleep, per se. Is, you know, so it kind of goes, you know, it's kind of one of those
two-sided type deals.
Yeah, two-sided type deals. But, you know, somebody be like, you know, why you didn't text me, but you on Instagram? Maybe I just got on Instagram and post for a few seconds and I got off.
Yeah.
As far as holding a conversation for 30 minutes, you know.
Yeah. So, like, with that, you know, how do you feel about the whole aspect of, or the whole quote, I'm a bad texter?
I mean, I'm just be honest. I consider myself a bad texter, because I like when I'm doing something, like for example, I'm running errands.
Yeah.
I may not text because I'm focused on that one thing, you know. I guess to say it's trying to have tunnel vision, you know, or just be, you know, communicate. I say communicate, let them know, hey, I'm running errands, you know, yeah. I'll text you later, or, you know, I feel like all you gotta do is be like, good morning, you know, I'll be busy today, and that should suffice, you know. We older, we got lives, man, you know. It's not high school, we can text somebody all day.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I feel about
So
it.
just kind of like being straightforward. Because I feel like, you know, a lot of my situations are kind of going bad from that. And I feel like personally, you know what I'm saying, I'm a good communicator. Mm-hmm. But it's some people, like kind of how we talked about, we get to that next. It's some people that, you know what I'm saying, could communicate good in person, but don't communicate good, you know, via text. Or most of the time, you will see it the other way around. Exactly. They good texters, but when they get in person, you know, it's a different deal. But like I've been in a lot of situations where I feel like, you know, that kind of be like the downfall. Like I'd be, you know, 100% good. I stand on that 100%. 100% good, you know what I'm saying, communicating. Then something come up, like special instance or something like that, and then, you know, all of a sudden, like my, I guess you'll say like my, you know what I'm saying, like reply speed kind of go down.
Yeah.
I done got in some, you know what I'm saying, like bad. I really kind of got cut off, you know, in situations like that. And I'd be like, dang, like, you know what I'm saying, they get that serious. And I guess, you know what I'm saying, I take full responsibility somewhat. I take responsibility for it a little bit, you know what I'm saying, as far as saying, dang, I could have just, you know what I'm saying, communicated more clearly and been like, okay, I'm going to be busy today. But I feel like if, you know what I'm saying, I'm persistent like that and you seeing that, this almost like a, you know, a special instance type thing.
But also falls back to that double text, man. You know, somebody, you know, if I don't, let's say I don't hit you back or whatever, and it been a few hours and I happen to cross your mind, what's the big deal about sending a text like, hey, you okay? You know, just to
I could tell you the answer on that. That's just I could tell you the answer on that. That's all you have to do is ask. That's just pride. That's just pride, man.
That pride to the side, man.
And hey, and I have done that, like I say, but my biggest thing is, you know what I'm saying, differentiating pride compared to being a sucker or a simp. More so, you know what I'm saying, the term simp, heavy on that. Like, you know, you will start kind of realizing, and I keep saying energy, so I'm not even gonna say it in this instance. But you will realize when somebody pretty much kind of like on the same thing you on. Like, if you sitting there and you doing all of this, you double texting them, you having to constantly double texting them, and they not really giving that back to you, or I don't even say that they ain't responding to you at all. Yeah. And I done seen, you know, people get exposed or whatever, which I feel like in my head is dumb. But I done seen people get exposed for like some crazy stuff. Kind of how we, you know, yeah. And so it's just like, man, at the end of the day, I feel like people don't really understand the whole purpose. It's like, bro, we just, you know what I'm saying, we on Earth, we making like a temporary passing. Not to say I make everything deep. We making a temporary passing, son. So why not just be true to yourself and like true to what you want, son? If you see that person, you know what I'm saying, you want to pursue them, and both of y'all like single and y'all really on it, don't hold nothing back. Like, or if you want to be, you know what I'm saying, that type of, you know what I'm saying.
So what's the most amount of times you'll text somebody before you give up? Like
back to back without them responding?
Without them responding.
All depending on the situation, because I will say 3 in a special situation. So 3 because if we talking one day and I double text them that night, I'll be like, okay, well maybe they went to sleep or something like that. Especially if it's, you know what I'm saying, on an earlier note, because sometimes it do happen. Yeah. But other times you already know what's happening. So I double text them, and then I'll mess around, text them in the morning if I wake up super early, because most of the time I do wake up early, so it's like 5:30, you know, 7. But after that, they don't text me back. I have, like I say, become more aware of what I want in my life. And like, not to say, you know what I'm saying, I'm like so hell bent on like no relationship or nothing like that, but I'm more aware of what I feel like I should be putting out.